This broadcast of the We Up Elite Summer League is produced by TecGym Sports. Please like and subscribe to support the channel. We'd like to thank our generous sponsors: We Up Elite, Spalding Sugar House, Ballard Hobart American Legion, Post 36, A Simple Love, VT, JB Property Management, Sonnet Building and Remodeling, Backtop Black Asphalt Services, plus Robert and Sandra TATRO, and also Andy and Pollyanna BLADYKA. We'd also like to thank our community partners: Fact TV, Okemo Valley TV, Claremont Community Television, and Brattleboro Community Television. Highlights of teams and players can be ordered at techgym.net/film/highlights. You can also use that page to request that we follow your team or player. We would also like to thank the community members who have volunteered and donated, making this service possible. If you would like to have continued coverage of local sports, please consider making a tax-deductible gift at techgym.net/support. As always, we'd like to thank all the players, coaches, officials, staff, and fans for supporting local sports. Enjoy the game.
Okay, welcome everybody to this Friday night matchup of We Up Summer League quarterfinals in the boys middle school division. This is the last day of Summer League, last day of the playoffs. It's for all the marbles, it's for the trophies, it's for bragging rights and rubbing it in for the rest of the year. Summer League on the line here. So we start off, we've got Stampede in black and Floodbrook Tigers in white. I'm going to change the color of the Stampede's logo so it's a little easier to tell the difference. All right. I'm your host, Will Simoneau. Thanks for watching along on TecGym Sports. We're just about to have the tip-off here. Coaches for Floodbrook are Brian Berry and Adam Maddox. Coach for Stampede, Jake Patwin. First shot up by Jumbo. This one doesn't land. There's number 3 with the rebound. Jumbo on the take. Able to save that one before it goes out of bounds. Gives to number 2. That's Nolan Snyder. And number 50, Drew Lawrence, able to wrestle that ball through, but there was a couple of defenders to take it away. Ends up with number 12, Nolan Sargent. Here's Troy Sliker. Gives to number 3, there's Eli. Gets it underneath to number 3, Isaac Moulton. Here's Sargent now, a little behind the back. Jumbo there on defense. Stampede almost loses the ball, but Moulton was there to help. That one finally stolen away by the Tigers. Oh, and that one, 31, Luke Boning just going to step out of bounds, just barely touched the line. Here we go, so we're scoreless. And it looks like it's going to be Tigers ball on the sideline. Here comes Jumbo. That's Jumbo Tresky. We finally have his last name. Here's number 31 with the handles. Lukey Boning, and he knocks down the first points of the day. Good look there by the 8th grader from Floodbrook. And here comes Sliker. Finds Moulton on the sideline. Moulton working through 2 defenders. Tough defense, somehow able to get it off to number 8. That's Luke Wadesville. That shot goes up, just off. Here's Moulton playing full court defense. Trying to stay with Boning, gets it underneath the jumbo. First one's not there, but the second one is. Gets his own rebound and puts that back for 2. Good work there by the 8th grader from Long Trail. Stolen away by 31. That's Boning again. Oh, that pass intercepted by Jumbo, and Boning gets it home. Good teamwork there by the Tigers. And it looks like we got to change our logos around. You never know from game to game which team the scorekeeper is going to call home and which one they're not. There's no method to the madness. That one out of bounds. Three-point attempt there by number 50, Drew Lawrence. This one doesn't land, but I'm sure that's not the last we'll see of Lawrence. And here's Sliker now, working on Boning. Here's Eli, but it's hard to get by the jumbo. Okay, here comes Sargent now. Nice floater just off the back of the rim. Hustling for the rebound. There's Moulton. Nice screen there by Sliker. Helps Moulton get to the rim. This one in and out. And it looks like we're going to have a foul on the rebound. Let's see which way it's going. Looks like that's a foul against Stampede. So Floodbrook now on the move. That was number 2, Nolan Snyder. Good looking three-point attempt just off the front of the rim. And Jumbo Tresky gets that shot, and he'll have a chance at one more. So the Tigers now 8-0, coming out strong to start this one off. Good look there by the 8th grader from Long Trail, Jumbo Tresky. Here's Sargent now with a little room to work. Gets by the first one, able to get the shot up and draw the foul. Way to go up strong there by number 12. That's Nolan Sargent, the 7th grader from Riverside, also known as Springfield. And Sargent's first shot is good. That gets Stampede on the board. Second shot, almost rebounded there by Moulton. And Ingram going to come down with that one before losing out of bounds. Let's see if it was knocked out. And I believe that was 53, Gus Sheets a moment ago on the rebound off the foul. Hard to tell with numbers only on the back of the jersey. All right, here's Sargent on the move. Gets to reset after hands on the ball. And it looks like that's going to be a foul. So here's Stampede now from the sideline. Looking to make something happen. There's Ingram back to Moulton. Moulton gets around the corner, finds his way to the basket, and he's going to draw a foul. Gus Sheets there on defense. So the bank is open for Isaac Moulton. He deposits one. Rebound there by number 51, James Carson. And Sargent's going to come up with that one. Here's Sheets now to start things off. Gives to Carson. They find 23, Luke Kiefer. Nice pass inside to number 2, Nolan Snyder. Initially, effective defense there by Stampede, but they do end up coming away with the jump ball. Okay. Thought maybe it was a foul. Here's Sliker now on the move. No. That's Sargent. Sargent takes to the left. Couple of defenders there blocking the way. And he loses that one out of bounds. So here's 25, Grayson Burry. And here's Carson on the move. Gives it up to Snyder. Snyder working the edge. Here's Sheets now on the take. Nice pass underneath. Good assist there by Sheets. Hit number 51, James Carson, to finish things off. Good work there by the Tigers. Here's Sheets for 3. Boom! And Gus Sheets knocking it down from range. Sheets again, this one just off. Good looks though by the 8th grader from Floodbrook. Good pass there by Sargent. Oh. But Waysville's shot doesn't land. Here comes Sheets on the move. Gets it again to 51. That's James Carson with another clean finish. Good teamwork there by the Tigers. Here's Sargent resetting, trying to get through the double team. Good job maintaining possession there. Oh, finds Sliker on the sideline, but he stepped out. You know, when players are about to accelerate, they usually kick back that back leg to have something to push off. I don't think he realized he was that close to the sideline. Kick out there. Here's Sheets again for a long 3. Oh, off the rim and the backboard. Good take there by 23. That's Drew Lawrence. That shot just off by an inch or two. Here's Moulton to start things off. Finds Sargent. Sargent had to pick up his dribble there to avoid the steal. So here's Ingram now on the take. He can score. We got 2 number 8s on the court. It's allowed in this league, though. Here's Sliker for 3. Just off, in and out. Good look there. Good save by number 25, Grayson Berry. Or Burry, sorry. That one intercepted by Luke Kiefer, and a nice jump shot there. I believe that calls a block. Let's see what the call is here. Oh, it's a timeout? Okay. Thanks everybody for watching. We Up Summer League quarterfinal action in the boys middle school division. I'm your host, Will Simoneau with TecGym Sports. We'll be right back after this quick break. So Coach Patwin's team, or Mr. P as they call him at Riverside Middle School, he's the teacher there, math teacher, they've only got 5 players. No subs for this group. And they're down by quite a bit here, but if they were to win right now, they'd potentially, and then they were to win again, they'd end up playing 3 games tonight, all the way to the championship. That'd be a tall order for a roster with no bench. But right now, Tigers in control, up by 15, but here comes Stampede. Good work there by Morton to try to get through traffic. He got through the double team, but 3 was too much. And here's 23, Luke Kiefer, kicks back to Jumbo, swings it around. There's 51. Good 3-point attempt there. Or was that 31? Might have been. Oh, we have 2 51s. Or they're changing jerseys. I'm not sure what's going on out there. But that's Isaac Moulton. And that's Eli Ingram. And here's Moulton for 3. The bank is open, and he makes a big deposit. Good look there by the 8th grader from Springfield. Rebounded there by Jumbo. That pass intercepted by number 23, Luke Kiefer. And he gets into Jumbo for an easy finish. Good teamwork again by the Tigers. And here comes Sargent trying to force his way around the edge. But number 25, Grayson Burry's not going to give an inch. Strong defense there in the corner by the 8th grader from Floodbrook. That one knocked out of bounds by Cooper Maddox. Good hustle there by 31, Luke Boning. And excellent teamwork again. That was Maddox to Tresky. And there's Jumbo with the block on Ingram. You don't see that every day. Well, you don't see it on Ingram very often. You see it from Jumbo all the time. Jumbo trying to get that rebound up. It doesn't land, though. They're trying to get it back to him for one more try. Third time's the charm as Jumbo Tresky gets it home. Here comes Sliker now on the move. Good take. Tries to get around Jumbo. That's hard to do. Good work there. That one just off. It's number 31, Luke Boning with a great move. Just bounced over the rim. Here comes Moulton. Oh, Ingram had a chance to save it, but they picked it up before he got to it. Nice assist there by number 31, Luke Boning, and a good finish by Jumbo Tresky. Ingram thinks about it, gives to Moulton. Moulton's shot just a little off. Good take there. Lukey Boning. Here's Sliker now on the move. Gets a little tangled up, shoots the three. Just off. There's Cooper Maddox. Finds him in the corner. Here's Boning again. Excellent mid-range jumper by the 8th grader from Floodbrook. And these Tigers putting on a show tonight. Nice pass underneath. Waysville can't get free. Cooper Maddox was all over him. And here comes Sheets. Nice pass underneath. I believe that was number 50, Drew Lawrence, on the take. And the Tigers are going to back off the press now as they're up by 24. Nice pass there by Sliker to find Waysville underneath. And here comes Sheets on the move. Kicks back out. There's Sheets for the mid-range. Just off, but Cooper Maddox there with the rebound. And Cooper Maddox, you got to hand it to this kid. On several occasions, see, I'm usually the first one in the gym, besides the people who run the place, in order to set up all the gear to film. And Cooper Maddox, on his game day, he's usually the first player in the building. And he's not just sitting around, he's not on his phone. He's putting up shots, he's working on his handles. Dedicated athlete. Cooper Maddox, as I'm sure all these boys are, but he stands out in that regard. And here comes Maddox. There's Lawrence. And Maddox gets the rebound. Oh, in and out. He'll get another chance, though. He gets that one in. All that work under the hoop pays off. Here's Sliker fighting through the double team. What are they going to call it? Was there a foul there? Or did he go back court? They're going to call the foul. All right, we got a timeout. Much needed by the Stampede team as they don't have any subs. All right, thanks everybody for watching. We Up Summer League, Boys Middle School quarterfinals. I'm Will Simoneau with TecGym Sports. We'll be right back. Okay, we're back. Here's Troy Sliker on the move, trying to find Ingram in the wing. And here comes Ingram. Hands off to Sliker. That one almost intercepted by Lawrence. And here's Ingram now with a little room to work. Nice give on the outside to Troy Sliker. Tries around the corner, but he loses it out of bounds. So here comes Sheets. On the move, going to go around the corner. Nice screen there by number 51, James Carson. And Sheets gets to the rim again. Sheets has given a bunch of assists today. It was nice to have somebody help him out on his way to the hoop. This Tigers team working very well together. There's Ingram from the baseline. Had to get a perfect angle on that shot, and strong work there by the 7th grader from Springfield. Good pass underneath to Lawrence. Able to maintain his pivot foot. There's Carson. Might try to kick it out now, yep. Here's number 2 with a pump fake, but he dribbles into traffic, kicks back out, created a little space there for the shot. No time left. That one's gonna be too late. All right, so as we head into halftime, Floodbrook Tigers with a commanding lead, 33-7 over Stampede. So the Stampede club in the boys middle school division is actually split into 2 teams. And this is one half of them here, the Springfield half. They got their work cut out for them today. 5 players, hot gym, missing some of their starters. But here they are, putting up their best effort against a very good Floodbrook Tigers group, who have looking strong in this game. All right, we'll be right back. Boys semifinals, We Up Summer League on TecGym Sports. Thanks for watching.
This broadcast of the We Up Elite Summer League is produced by TecGym Sports. Please like and subscribe to support the channel. We'd like to thank our generous sponsors: We Up Elite, Spalding Sugar House, Ballard Hobart American Legion, Post 36, A Simple Love, VT, JB Property Management, Sonnet Building and Remodeling, Backtop Black Asphalt Services, plus Robert and Sandra TATRO, and also Andy and Pollyanna BLADYKA. We'd also like to thank our community partners: Fact TV, Okemo Valley TV, Claremont Community Television, and Brattleboro Community Television. Highlights of teams and players can be ordered at techgym.net/film/highlights. You can also use that page to request that we follow your team or player. We would also like to thank the community members who have volunteered and donated, making this service possible. If you would like to have continued coverage of local sports, please consider making a tax-deductible gift at techgym.net/support. As always, we'd like to thank all the players, coaches, officials, staff, and fans for supporting local sports. Enjoy the game. This broadcast of the We Up Elite Summer League is produced by TecGym Sports. Please like and subscribe to support the channel. We'd like to thank our generous sponsors: We Up Elite, Spalding Sugar House, Ballard Hobart American Legion, Post 36, A Simple Love, VT, JB Property Management, Sonnet Building and Remodeling, Backtop Black Asphalt Services, plus Robert and Sandra TATRO, and also Andy and Pollyanna BLADYKA. We'd also like to thank our community partners: Fact TV, Okemo Valley TV, Claremont Community Television, and Brattleboro Community Television. Highlights of teams and players can be ordered at techgym.net/film/highlights. You can also use that page to request that we follow your team or player. We would also like to thank the community members who have volunteered and donated, making this service possible. If you would like to have continued coverage of local sports, please consider making a tax-deductible gift at techgym.net/support. As always, we'd like to thank all the players, coaches, officials, staff, and fans for supporting local sports. Enjoy the game.
welcome back to this middle school quarterfinals game. And here comes Jumbo. Oh, just misses that one. We Up Summer League, boys middle school quarterfinals. Tigers way ahead, but Stampede's looking rested now after a good halftime break. They only have 5 players tonight in a hot gym, but they're coming out with a little fight. And it looks like Nolan Sargent might have gotten a little shaken up on that one. And you don't want to see this if you're Stampede. They don't have any subs. We have seen 4-on-5 action here in Summer League in the playoffs. Hopefully it doesn't come to that. See how long they can stretch the timeout. We'll be right back after a quick break. All right, so the 7th grader from Springfield, Nolan Sargent, has cleared the concussion protocol, and he'll soldier on. We still got a game here, folks. Big lead here by the Tigers. I think both teams at this point just trying to take it one play at a time. Good look there. Number 23, Luke Kiefer, knocks it down. Moulton has it stolen away. That's number 25, Grayson Burry. Gives to Carson for 3. Oh, welcome to Ludlow, Vermont, everybody. 20-foot ceilings. It happens at least once every night. Somebody hits the rafters. It's good training. Forces players to get that 45-degree angle on their shot. Nothing too high. Here's Ingram now. This pass stolen away. I believe that's 25, Grayson Burry. Sheets inside quickly. Oh, it's a good pass by Gus Sheets and a good attempt at a save. The 7th grader from Floodbrook working hard out there, as are all of them. And here's Sliker with some moves, trying to create space, able to get it up above. And Ingram almost had a shot attempt there, but it was just too congested underneath. Once he turned with that ball, there was nothing he could do. That one just off the front. Here's Ingram with the rebound. Gives it ahead to Sliker, who's going to bring it up. Sliker with a little bit of room to work there. And the Tigers doing a great job of clogging up the passing lanes here. Intercepting a lot of pass balls, making it very hard to move the ball in the air. Stampede might try some bounce passes, as it seems like everybody's going high. Oh, nice steal there by number 25, Grayson Burry. Fantastic defense here from the Tigers. And there's another one. That was 23, Luke Kiefer on the take, fouled by Sliker. Yeah, and Stampede, it just doesn't seem to be working for him, trying the high passes. Some bounce passes might help him out, as everybody's got their hands up, and they're playing against a team that definitely has some height. Let's see if they notice that and are able to make the adjustment, or if they just keep trying to force them high. Good shot there by number 23. That's Luke Kiefer once again. This pass, good job by Sliker to come back for it. Sends it up for Waysville, but a couple of defenders there had a better chance at it than he did. Oh! And that was Drew Lawrence on the take. Got a little tangled up there. Let's see if they call the foul. No, it looks like he just tripped. So here's Moulton. Gives to Sliker. Sliker's got the handles. There's a good pass. Finds an open Ingram. And Ingram gets it in off the bank. Way to work the glass there for the 7th grader. Waysville almost had that rebound, but it's reeled in by 51. James Carson. Nice get-ahead pass again to Ingram. And that's what the Stampede Club is used to. They're used to a quick transition where they can rebound and send it. But for most of the game, that's been figured out by the Tigers, and they've been able to clog up those lanes, hustle back on defense, and take that away. Good look there, just off. Sliker's gonna reel this one in, and he's on the move. He's got room to work now. Finds Moulton, trying to get around the corner. Nice pass back. Might have been a hand on that one, as Ingram fired for 3. So the Tigers, assuming they win this one, there's still 14 minutes left, but they got a commanding lead here. They'd get a break for an hour. And they'd move on to the semifinals. Good putback there by Cooper Maddox. Nice step back there by Sliker. That was a good looking shot. Just a couple inches off. And here's Maddox on the take, on the move. Well defended by Ingram. Maddox with good footwork though. Able to get the shot off. Doesn't land, but it was a good look by the 8th grader. From, I believe, Manchester Elementary. Good pass there from Sliker. Finds Moulton. And that'll send Isaac Moulton, the 8th grader from Springfield, to the line for 2. .30-point lead here. Stampede wants to come back in this one. They'd need to do better than the Tigers to the tune of about 3 points a minute. It's a tall order, but not impossible. So here's 31, Luke Boning looking very confident out there. Good pass underneath to find number 2. That's Nolan Snyder. Great job finding an open space in the back door for a nice easy bucket. And the 7th grader from Floodbrook. Excellent basketball IQ out there. Fantastic pass there by Boning. Hits Maddox under the rim. Good assist, good finish. And these Tigers, pretty synced up right now, as they have been all season. Here's Moulton, the 8th grader. Hits Ingram off the roll, and Ingram spins his way to the hoop to knock that one in. To lay that one in, rather. Good work there by the 7th grader. This one just off the rim, and Moulton has it. It's a packed house today in Ludlow, as we're on the last day of Summer League, boys quarterfinals. Then we'll have semifinals and championship all in the same day. There's a potential for a couple teams to play three games this evening. There's Sliker. This one comes up. Good take there by number 2, Nolan Snyder. And he'll get the ball back to finish. Good work there by the 7th grader. Good energy, good hustle. And good finish. And here's Ingram. And Ingram gets it home again. He's going to have to be a big part of the answer here for Stampede if they're going to have any chance in this one. They're going to need to keep getting the ball to number 8 and get him some open looks down low. They're going to have to use good ball movement, but they're also going to need some screens. Here's Sliker now on the move. Finds Ingram. Moulton didn't see Ingram off the roll. He was pretty well covered by Jumbo. Ingram likes the pick and roll, and he can use it. But these Tigers, a pretty smart bunch. Seems like they're wise to it now. And Jumbo had that one locked up. Here's Jumbo now for 3. Just off. And Sheets not going to dive into the fan for that one. Not worth it, as there's really no pressure on the Tigers right now. It's all on Stampede. They got a mountain to climb, one step at a time. So here comes Moulton. Tries to get around the corner, but it's well defended by 31, Luke Boning. Jumbo comes up with that one. He's on the move. Jumbo, and he's kicking himself for that one. It's a good take. He just got a little too close to the basket. Had to put it up too high. He intercepts that pass, though. And Ingram knocks that one away. Denying the pass to Luke Boning. All right, let's see what we got. Looks like we got some substitutions. That's a privilege only the Tigers have in this game. Stampede is playing only 5. Here's Boning, uncontested to the basket. Lucky for Stampede, that one bounces out. Not sure where the defense was on that one. Here's Sliker now, on the move. Tries to goes up with it, but loses it out of bounds. Good work underneath by Ingram. They give to Sliker, kicks back to Ingram. He's got a little room to work now. Morton now for 3. Deflected by Jumbo, but Morton still got it. Gets it around the corner to Sliker, who puts up the 3 almost. Ingram almost gets it, but there's Jumbo over the top. Nothing there. Morton's able to get it ahead to Ingram. Sliker almost has it. Ingram with the rebound, puts it back up. And we are seeing uncharacteristic for both of these teams to miss that many layup attempts. I guess hand it to the defense, making those putbacks difficult. All right, we got a timeout. Or do we? Yeah, it looks like a timeout. We'll be right back. A little bit of back and forth. Things getting maybe a little bit sloppy here at the end of this game. Good ball movement there by the Tigers. Suddenly nobody can get the ball in the hoop. Here's Sheets. Oh, I thought for sure that one was going. Here's Ingram. Good take there underneath. Oh, just off. Good awareness there by 23 to stay in bounds. That was Luke Kiefer. And here's Sheets on the take. Man, we got a bit of a streak of missed shots here on both sides. Nobody's scored in a couple minutes. Good defense there by Ingram. Reeled back in by Carson. And here's Lawrence around the corner. Good take there. He draws the foul. So Drew Lawrence, the 7th grader from Manchester, headed to the line. It's as if at the break somebody went and put saran wrap over the hoops. Nothing is landing now. Here's Sliker. I don't know what's going on here, folks, but nothing's landing. And there's Eli Ingram to rain on the drought and finally get a bucket in the hoop. Good shot there. Good stop there. Good teamwork getting the ball up. Good ball movement by Stampede. This one almost in. Ingram's got the rebound. 1 up, 2 up. Well, we have a third. That's 3. It's got to be the defense. Both sides of the ball. Things are just so tight under the hoop. Oh, you can't call timeout without possession. Mr. P tried it. Coach Padwin. There's Moen with a nice finish. Excellent underhand layup. It's not going to make any difference in the end of the game, but it's much better to go out making some shots. And a good take there by Isaac Moulton. Good shot there by number 2, Nolan Snyder. Just off. And here's Ingram again with the spin. They seem to have that one figured out, how to defend it. Here's Ingram again, working on Carson. Fires. There's another one for Eli Ingram. This kid can score from high and low, and everything in between. That'll do it for the game, but at least Stampede gets to go out making a few shots. Good effort by them all season. And congratulations to the Floodbrook Tigers as they come out way on top of this semifinal matchup. No, quarterfinal matchup. They'll be back in another hour for the semifinals. Thanks everybody for watching We Up Summer League Boys Middle School Division on TecGym Sports. I'm Will Simoneau. Stay tuned for the next one. We've got Windsor versus, I believe, Claremont. Or no. Oh, I didn't see it. It was 40-something to 20-something. Yeah, it looks like Windsor versus Claremont on the next one. We'll be right back.
This broadcast of the We Up Elite Summer League is produced by TecGym Sports. Please like and subscribe to support the channel. We'd like to thank our generous sponsors: We Up Elite, Spalding Sugar House, Ballard Hobart American Legion, Post 36, A Simple Love, VT, JB Property Management, Sonnet Building and Remodeling, Backtop Black Asphalt Services, plus Robert and Sandra TATRO, and also Andy and Pollyanna BLADYKA. We'd also like to thank our community partners: Fact TV, Okemo Valley TV, Claremont Community Television, and Brattleboro Community Television. Highlights of teams and players can be ordered at techgym.net/film/highlights. You can also use that page to request that we follow your team or player. We would also like to thank the community members who have volunteered and donated, making this service possible. If you would like to have continued coverage of local sports, please consider making a tax-deductible gift at techgym.net/support. As always, we'd like to thank all the players, coaches, officials, staff, and fans for supporting local sports. Enjoy the game.